this is a video that Mr. Nightmare actually uploaded. It's called 3 Lockdown Horror Stories Animated Compilation. These are not his animations. So in the beginning it says use of this narration audio for any projects including animation without express permission is not allowed and will be pursued if necessary. Re-uploading any of these videos or translating and reusing any of these stories will be acted upon immediately. I do not know if that means reacting. I kind of want to contact him somehow and see if I can, you know, see if he's okay with it. Someone already did warn me in the comments, so thank you for warning me. What the heck? Oh my gosh, what the hell? Anyway, so the first story I did see, so this is basically gonna be 2 stories. So I basically have to go all the way over here just to know exactly like where the second story. Okay, so right here. So this is I gotta make sure that I know what I'm doing. So I gotta put 238 in this video, just so I know where exactly this is, or else I'm gonna have issues editing it. So, all right. So again, if you're watching this, Mr. Nightmare, just message me, comment. I'll remove all my reactions to you if you want. I just don't know if reactions are okay or not. I always did them before too, and I see other channels doing them too with no issues. So I don't know, but just let me know, and yeah, I'll delete them if you want. So I really want to message you myself and just ask, but yeah. So again, I'm gonna start a story 2 because I already did watch the first one. It was already uploaded I think a week or so ago. I don't know. Again, this is gonna be up later on, so. Yeah, so again, I'm gonna start at 2:38 of this video. So this video is gonna be 8 minutes and 21 seconds long. Again, this is a Mr. Nightmare video. It's just a compilation of animations to his videos, or to his stories. So these are all lockdown stories, so let's go. So story 2. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment as well. Any suggestions you have?
I went to a very poor high school in a bad neighborhood. Because of that, we regularly had fire drills and lockdown drills in the case of something happening. During a lockdown, the teacher would turn off the lights and we'd all hide in a corner of the classroom without saying anything. It was a cold day in the 3rd quarter of the school year. The windows were all shut, obviously, but still, a teacher had to stop mid-sentence because we could all hear some kind of shouting outside. Definitely some kind of commotion. The teacher went to the window, looked outside, then opened one of the windows, but the yelling seemed to stop by the time he did. At the same time, the dean started speaking over the loudspeaker and said we were going into a lockdown. The teacher rushed to shut the door and turn off the lights. We all did our thing, went to the corner of the room. Time seemed to move slow as we were all huddled in that corner. Screams started coming from the hallway. Not the screams of students, but deranged, angry screams from a grown man. Familiar to the screaming we briefly heard from outside. Someone dangerous was in the building, clearly. The school I went to didn't have security guards. It was too poor. So literally, in a case like this, we'd have to wait for police to arrive. The screams were then accompanied by bangs on a nearby door. Another classroom. We could hear the screams of the kids in the room next to us. The banging stopped. The screaming grew closer until it was right outside our door, and then bangs on our classroom door. A couple kids screamed and started to cry. The sick man on the other side of the door banged and banged. He started hitting the glass with his elbow, I think, as he screamed insane things that made no sense to us. Some of it being, I'm sick of it, and just stop already. The sickening sound of the small, thin glass window of the door shattering made the reality of the situation worse.
But the guy's like, I don't care.
Of course, kids on either side of me were screaming and crying.
I was crying except for he was like, oh,
me,
fine.
I was just sitting there in total shock. The man on the other side of the door stuck his arm into the room through the thin window opening and tried unlocking the door. My teacher took that opportunity to grab a pair of scissors and literally stabbed the man's arm. The man cried out in pain, banged on the door a few more times, even harder now, and started running down the halls, still crying in what was probably a mix of pain and anger. The lockdown was ended a few minutes after police arrived. There had to be at least 6 cop cars outside. And yes, the crazy sicko man was arrested, and probably brought to a mental hospital.
Probably.
The man apparently wasn't armed, but he clearly came into the school with intentions of hurting people.
Yeah.
Kids, mind you.
This is animated by Llama Arts. I feel like I may have seen this before, but I don't know when this was released, but...
I'm 22 years old, fresh out of college, and I recently got a job at my old high school as a sort of computer intern in the school basement. The basement of the school is very messy and disorganized, but there is a small 3-person office that's actually very nice down there.
Possibly remember
It has
this.
3 nice big desks, 2 mini fridges, a flat-screen TV mounted on the wall, and oh so satisfying air conditioning, a luxury the students and teachers cannot enjoy in the school. And of course all the school servers and other computery stuff.
I think I remember this story. Just wait a second and I'll know
I
for
got
sure.
the job because 3 of my old computer teachers flat out adored me. I could actually consider them as real friends, not just teacher figures.
I remember this.
So
this
they all helped tremendously in landing me this job. It's been great, until something that happened a few weeks ago. My 2 co-workers that shared the office with me, Dave and Gary, weren't in the office at the time. They were upstairs working on papers or whatever. I was eating my sandwich during my lunch break when I got a phone call from one of the women in the front office telling me the school was on lockdown and that somebody, possibly armed, had entered the school. There wasn't much that I could do other than turn off the lights because, surprisingly, as nice as this little office was, it didn't have an actual door to it, just a big opening, and the door to the whole basement didn't even have a working lock. For my own safety, I did turn off all the lights in the office and my computer screen. I kept my phone on the desk, texting both Gary and Dave, but they wouldn't respond. I sat down there in the dark, playing games on my phone for like 20 minutes, waiting for the call from up front to tell me to resume working. I had no idea what was happening. I couldn't hear what was going on upstairs from down here, but I was not allowed to make any calls until I was informed that the lockdown was over. Then the noisy basement door opened. As the creaking echoed across the basement and into my office, I sat up from my seat, wondering if I should call out Gary or Dave.
No, don't do it.
I was eager to get some info from them. Someone then came running down the stairs, and their footsteps were approaching my office.
Clearly that's not your Dave.
I pushed away my chair and crawled under my desk. Somebody entered the office, but did not turn on the lights.
And then your phone dinged.
There was just silence. I can't even describe the fear I was experiencing. I felt like if I made one sudden noise, I'd be a dead man. Suddenly, my phone dinged as I got a text message. I felt my entire world shrivel up and die at that one moment as I clenched my teeth.
That's why my phone's always on vibrate, always on phone.
Footsteps
Actually, it's always on do not
closer
disturb,
to
actually.
me,
Always,
until I
100%.
finally dove out from under the desk in capitulation, begging whoever it was not to kill me. And just then, someone grabbed my arm and pulled me up.
Or a red shirt and
It was
hat.
some guy in a red plaid button-up, jeans, and a reddish black cap. He told me, "It's okay, I'm just down here hiding with you."
Mm-hmm.
"What's going on up there?" I whispered to
Is
him.
there an exit? Like,
He kind of ignored my question and asked me if there's an exit down here. I told him, "Yeah, around that way." Before he could do anything else, I asked him,
okay.
"Who are you?" There was a brief moment of
I think
silence.
he said he was
Before he
picking up
started
someone or
explaining,
something.
he was coming in to pick up his son when a teacher told him to hide. After his explanation, I checked my phone and saw the text I received was from Dave.
And this is where you
It said,
realized...
"Dude, this is fucking crazy. Some guy with a gun shot Mr. Buckley. He's wearing a red shirt and a hat. Whatever you do, don't come upstairs." I was about to reread that text out loud to the man, until I realized. I looked up and felt my stomach sink. The man seemed to catch on to my suspicious stare. Panicking, all I could think to do was
I'd be
to run for
terrified
the
at that moment.
upstairs.
Terrified, and then he
A
shot.
gunshot echoed through the basement, and I could
Shit.
hear the bullet ricochet off something metal in the darkness. But thank God the bullet missed me, and I made it upstairs. Fortunately, police were waiting at all exits, including the basement exit, and caught the man the second he opened the door. More good news, our teacher Mr. Buckley survived the gunshot. It was later determined that the man and Mr. Buckley had some beef for whatever reason, but that was never revealed. All we know is that Mr. Buckley couldn't have done anything that would have warranted this kind of reaction. And I know that the sound of that gunshot will forever echo in my mind.
And then, yeah, there's that. Alright, so again, I did see that video. If you're wondering when I saw it, I did not do a reaction to it because I saw this probably like years ago. Like way before I even did normal YouTube videos and way before I did reactions. But I did see that video and when I first saw it, I was like, oh shit. Like freaking, yeah, so apparently a lesson to you people, don't have your phone on, or not even vibrate. Mine's always on do not disturb. I'm gonna clear all my notifications and just like show you. It's always on do not disturb, always, 100%. Always do not disturb. Always. So like it's never any vibrations, nothing. Always on do not disturb, which I suggest you guys do the same thing. So the second story I already kind of forgot, but that was scary. Like, he definitely had a mental illness. But this guy, again, just beef. Again, I've seen this video before, and that was one of my favorite like lockdown stories. That was like a really good one, like really scary one. That's what I mean good. That's what I mean by good. But that's gonna be it for this video. There was only one that I didn't really see before, so I wasn't sure if I should upload this or not. But I will probably try contacting Mr. Damian and see if I can do videos to him or not. And I'll write a community post if he does not want me to, and then if he doesn't care, then I'll still do them, and I will join community posts. But again, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe and be sure to like this video if you have not done so yet, and be sure to turn on post notifications so you never miss any videos that I do upload. And that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Thanks for watching.